Hi AD, I'm Michael Imperioli. Welcome to my home.
Today we are rating an Emmy award-winning actor, best known for his roles on The Sopranos, Goodfellas, and more recently The White Lotus, Mr. Michael Imperioli's New York City apartment featured on Architectural Digest.
Everything you see here was chosen. A lot of it was installed and, thought out by Victoria, my wife Victoria, who's an interior designer as well as a set designer.
So his wife, 100%, had to be the set designer on The White Lotus based on this.
New York's a busy place, and this takes you away from that to someplace otherworldly and homey. Dante Alighieri. Who's Dante? The Inferno.
Who's Dante? Did you see the sheer level of disgust and shame on Michael's face? I'm surprised he didn't tell the camera crew, get out, we're done. Pack it up, fellas. That's a wrap.
This building was built in the 20s, and it was originally a hotel, which is kind of cool. It was kind of like residential hotel, like you'd stay for a long time, I guess.
For someone who became famous for portraying the Italian mob, I'd expect nothing less than this design. It's life imitating art. Although I will say, if I think back to like the Don and Michael and the Godfather, they didn't have nearly this much stuff. You have minimalism on one end, and you have this, which is full-on maximalism. I'd say the Corleones fell somewhere upper middle on that design scale, which I personally prefer over full-on maximalism. I'm going to have to go back and watch The Godfather, but I'm pretty sure that's right.
These spaces in mind to be calming, comforting, homey, and inspiring, artistically, intellectually.
I like that approach.
It's comfortable, and there's you get kind of a little cityscape.
Oh, nice. This is actually our first ever home we've reviewed in New York that's had a view, so he's going to get points there.
I play music here, write music, do a lot of work on the computer here, read in here.
Here's the main issue I'm seeing. So for those of you who've seen The White Lotus or have been to Sicily, those great 17th, 18th century palazzos, they're massive. Wide rooms, 15-plus foot ceilings, whereas this apartment has, 9, maybe 10-foot ceilings. So you can't get away with nearly the amount of art, collectibles, accessories, furniture as those palazzos. You don't have the space. This looks like an antique shop, not a home with antiques. There's a big difference. It just needs to be scaled back. He's got to let it breathe, especially the amount of ground covered here. It's filled horizontally and vertically. I honestly think that's the reason his wife is in this video with him, because if two people stood in this frame, you'd see there's hardly any space left. Anyways, that's just my 2 cents.
These are Tonka paintings. They're traditional paintings. They're really used for practice, for meditation, to inspire your practice. A guided meditation, oh, we don't have time for that, but you could take a deep breath, and sometimes that's enough to just reset.
That did feel good. I'm starting to question if it's really great acting or if it's really just great casting departments, because every actor we've reviewed, Hilary Duff, Seth Rogen, Tyrese, Gwyneth Paltrow, they all seem to be their actual characters. Does anyone else get that vibe? It's not a bad thing. I just want to know about the actual casting process now.
Victoria is very specific about colors and how colors affect mood. So this is a very soothing one. The color and the vibe, there's a glow to it that's very comforting and relaxing.
I'd agree. It does have a better feel to it, and that's partially due to how he's layered vertically in here as opposed to the other rooms where you'd have 10 tables, a dozen chairs, lamps, pots, life-size statues, and whatever else just covering the floor. So this has been the best room in the house so far. Oh no. Why was this done? This makes me feel anxious and claustrophobic. I would hate to cook in here. Kitchen should feel warm, inviting, not look like the Siberian outback.
My kids like Chopped, and they said, you should go on, you'll win if you go on, because I'm pretty good at cooking stuff out of whatever's in the fridge. And yeah, I wound up winning the tournament.
Oh, that's cool. Just casually winning Chopped. I like it. But, okay, guys, I've seen enough. We can go ahead and score this apartment. I'd like to give him points for the role in The White Lotus, but I can't do that. I can give him points for the view, though. I will say this reminds me a lot of Shonda Rhimes' apartment, just smaller and a completely different color palette. I think hers was a mid-6, so I'm going to go with a 6.1 stars the score. What do you guys think? Too high? Too low? let me know. I do know I'm ready to head to Palermo. Let's go check out some palazzos. Until the next video, hit the like, subscribe. I will see you then. Bye.
Okay, thanks for stopping by.
Arrivederci.